Oh, you guys know I am in love with my girl Gemma here, but I will say we've had her for about 6 or 7 weeks now, and there is one little issue that I'm a little bit concerned with. Well, I shouldn't say I'm terribly concerned, but I am concerned, to be honest with you. You guys know that when you get a new snake, or any reptile for that matter, the one thing you really want to see happen is them eat, right? Like once they get that first mealing, it's kind of like you can have that sigh of relief, like, oh, thank goodness it's doing well, it's settling in. Well, the truth is that with us having her for all this time, she still hasn't accepted a meal of any type. Now, she was eating on frozen pigs, up to 20 pounds for the guy, and certainly she's eating. I mean, look at how absolutely giant she is, and she actually had a big turd right after we got her, so knew she was really eating well, but she hasn't done anything. We've tried pigs, we've tried rabbits, we've tried rats, we've tried pretty much everything, and she's starting to show a little interest. Like when we offer it to her, she'll actually like look at it like she's almost going to take it, but then she backs away, which is progress, because in the beginning when I showed her food, she just literally didn't even look at it. Now what's interesting about this is the fact that obviously she's in a large naturalistic cage where she can climb on some things. She's got lots of room, she's got obviously a big front cage and stuff like that, and I really love retics to be able to do that. But she was kept in kind of more like a drawer type setting her whole life with the guy that had it before, right? So kind of a smaller enclosure, not very much, oh my gosh, she is so heavy, not very much visual, so she couldn't see very much out. And that's what's interesting is sometimes snakes, when you move them into a larger enclosure that's more naturalistic, will take some time to adjust. Now again, am I worried about it? Not really. Do I think she will eventually eat? Yes, I really do. I mean, a snake this size that is certainly as healthy as she is, I think she's going to eat for sure, but it does stress me out. I want this girl to eat so bad, and it's one of the reasons why we're not taking her out as much as we were during public hours, is because we're trying to keep that stress level down as much as possible until she finally takes her first meal here. Again, it's just kind of an interesting thing about that kind of argument about smaller cages and so on like that. That being said, I really do prefer retics in larger cages because I think that they need it. They love to climb, they love to move around, and she is, you can see, she's always on the go, and she's absolutely incredible. But listen, you know, there's no doubt I have a little concern because boy, I want to see this girl eat. And just think about it, if she starts eating, she's gonna blow up. I mean, eating 20-pound pigs, she's gonna go from 16 foot to 18 foot to 20 foot in no time, and then she's gonna be even bigger and even more impressive. I would definitely like to have a 20-foot reticulated python that's as tame as Gemma that could come out to the public, because that would be absolutely incredible. But that being said, my girl still hasn't fed, and I'll keep you guys updated on the progress. I absolutely love when my two anacondas are right next to each other. It's just so absolutely cute. And welcome to the vlog, Reptile Army. I hope the start of your day is absolutely amazing. As always, I'm going to tell you, join the movement for me. I really do appreciate it. Go to reptilearmy.com. Get yourself some swag. You know, go out there, represent. Get people to love reptiles, because that's our mission at reptilearmy.com. Got a little egg cutting for you guys. This is actually a het clown female bred to a killer Leo clown, which the killer is a super pastel leopard clown ball python. So hopefully we'll get some pastel clown ball pythons, some maybe pastel leopard clown ball pythons, and a whole bunch of different stuff from there. So what do you say we jump in? We got 2, 4, 6, 8 beautiful eggs to cut. All right, here we go. Egg number 1. Ooh, what do we got right off the rip? Yep, we got a nice, beautiful pastel leopard clown ball python. That's basically the best we can get out of this clutch, to be totally honest with you. So right off the rip, we hit the first animal. This is the best it goes, so I love it. That is absolutely incredible. Wow, let's hope our odds continue on. Oh yeah, that's just amazing. Absolutely beautiful. And guess what? Looks like another. Ooh, this is a pretty. Whoa! That one's really pretty. That's a beautiful pastel leopard clown. So 2 eggs, 2 pastel leopard clown ball pythons. I'm not gonna complain about that. We still have 6 eggs to go. Wow, I tell you what, man, these are the clutches I want to hit the odds on because they're absolutely incredible. Get out of here. I'm telling you what, is this another pastel leopard clown? It is another pastel leopard clown ball python. 3 for 3. Ooh, doggy. I tell you what, today's gonna be a good day, people. Today's gonna be a good day. Let's keep going. Wow, what a trip, man. I love that. That is just absolutely incredible. Okay, so what we have here is actually a pastel leopard that's heifer clown. So that's awesome too, right? Because this is a great combination. If someone that wants to produce pastel leopard clowns, to have a pastel leopard that's heifer clown is something that you need, right? So I'm not complaining. Still doing really well. 4 eggs to go. I tell you what, starting out so strong, it's good. You know, you wonder if you can keep that pace up. That's for sure. Guess what? another pastel leopard clown ball python. So we have 4 out of 5 eggs pastel leopard clown. This is a het clown female, guys. So 50% of the baby should only be clown. Of course, everything's going to be pastel because it's a super pastel. But the fact is that, wow, to hit 4 out of 5 is ridiculous. 3 eggs to go. Ooh, doggy. Wow. What an absolute trip, right? Okay, we got another pastel leopard, het for clown. So again, still really crushing it. You know, I mean, as long as we have those 2 gene animals, I'm loving it. 2 eggs to go. Wow, what a clutch, man. No matter what happens with these last 2 eggs, this has still just been an absolute banger of a clutch. No doubt about that. Looks like our first kind of more normally animal. This is just a pastel het for clown, so it's not a pastel Leo single gene animal. Last egg. Let's hit one more pastel leopard clown because I'm greedy today. Okay, let's do it. All right, here we go, guys. Pastel leopard clown, come on, come on, come on, come on. Nope, we just got a pastel, which is fine. It's just a pastel clown. So we still got a pastel clown. So we ended up with 6 clowns out of 8 eggs, 5 of the 6 being pastel leopard clowns and 1 being a pastel clown. Whoo, doggy. That was a good clutch, man. I tell you what, I am excited for today to go.
We are back at it again. Me and my boy Mike here. We are actually got to clean up Lucy because she blew out her shed. Now, unfortunately, that also means she has a little bit of stuck shed on her, so we got to do 2 things. One, we got to get her in the soak. Thank you, Mike. And we also got to get her out. And those are 2 very difficult things to do with such a large snake.
Oh, don't kill me. Woo! Good girl. It's your favorite. Water. Oh, God, she's so freaking heavy.
Tickle, tickle.
Did the re-tick tickle.
Tickle, tickle, tickle.
Re-tick tickle.
I just want to make sure it starts, so that way when she's in there, it'll start going on her own. I don't have to actually stress her out any further than I have to.
That's right. See you later.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right. So now it's all to me. Mike's done this so many times. I might as well get my hands a little dirty this time. So let's get started. I just want to check her, make sure, you know, if there's any extra sheds or anything like that, whether even if it's just stuff that's just from the water. I don't want her to be in all dirty. She just had to bath, for gosh sakes, you know.
Time to feed my beautiful reticulated python Neo here. Come on, Neo. There it goes. Tell you what, an absolute ripper of a snake, and it's doing really well, feeding super good. I tell you what, they have a high metabolism at this age where she'll literally take something down like this in a couple days from now, look like she didn't even eat. So what a beautiful snake. I cannot wait till she gets bigger and gets over at the Reptarium when we do our expansion. Even maybe before we do our expansion, we'll make space for this girl because she is absolutely ridiculous. But I'm so happy that she is crushing food. But again, I can't wait to get her into a more naturalistic cage. Even if we don't put her at the Reptarium right away, we'll definitely move her into something more natural here in the next month or 2 once she's past her quarantine period. Baby Kluber's hatching like crazy as always. Of course, I'm always excited every year that we hatch these greenish rat snakes. I just love them to death. I mean, just take a look at how cool these things are right here. And they get kind of green when they get bigger. Obviously, the name greenish rat snake would be the ways because they're kind of a greenish color. Uh-oh, they start to move. I'm going to be in big trouble because there's a lot of babies in here. But I just really like these animals for some reason. I don't know why. They've always been a fun rat snake to keep. And they produce a lot of babies. I think there's like 21 or 22 babies in this clutch. So that's definitely a lot of really cool ones. And again, as these get older, they get really beautiful. One of my favorites for sure. Next up, we had a beautiful clutch of scaleless corn snakes and creamsicle scaleless. I'm going to just put this guy in the water because what happens is as that vermiculite gets on there, it doesn't look as neat. Look at the color on that scaleless corn snake right there. I don't even know what that is. That is a really cool looking baby snake. Definitely cool. Then we have a whole bunch of creamsicle stuff. And then of course we have a bunch of creamsicle scaleless. I'll do the same thing, just kind of dip this in the water so you can see the color and pattern of that scaleless creamsicle corn snake. Absolutely wonderful. This was a big clutch, and interestingly enough, we hatched a couple of these last year. This is what that scaleless looks like in a non-scaleless, and we raised a couple of them up. I've never had corn snakes look like this before, where they have that like almost like stone wash look to them. That's really interesting. So I produced a couple of those last year, raised them up, but this is, of course, is the scaleless tailless version, which we didn't produce in the past. So I'm going to definitely raise this little monkey up and just see if it's actually something inherent that we can breed down the road. And then there's just actually a clutch of butter corns here, which are really cool. Butters are the albino caramel corn snakes. So these are all the caramel corn snakes here, which just look a little bit more caramely, don't have that orange and red that a normal corn snake has. And then of course the albino is the butter. Just really cool looking animals. Love all corn snakes, and we still have a ton more to go. Look at my guy Brillo here. Hey Brillo, come on out for some fun. Of course, the one thing I didn't mention yesterday that's an interesting fact about armadillos, and again, we're all learning together, right, is the fact that they're actually closely related to anteaters, which makes sense because they kind of have that anteater look, but they're also very closely related to sloths. That's right, Drogo and Brillo are actually close relatives. That's really weird, right? You wouldn't think Brillo here was like a sloth, but he is like a sloth, which is really crazy. But I tell you what, I am in love with this little dude. I mean, he is so absolutely incredible, and he seems to love people, loves to run around and stuff like that, so I am definitely madly in love with this little monkey right now. I know we just cut this clutch just a little bit earlier in the vlog. Well, guess what? We jumped in the future a couple days, and we actually have that clutch actually hatched out. I figured every now and then I like to do that. That way you see them cut, and you see the babies in the same vlog, and it's pretty cool. Again, that was a het clown to a pastel leopard het clown, and we got a bunch of really cool stuff here. Of course, this is just a normal pastel clown ball python. Unbelievable. We produced the very first pastel clown ball pythons way back in the day, and it was absolutely amazing when they crawled out, because again, we had only seen clowns at that point, and when that pastel came out, whoo doggy, they were absolutely gorgeous. And I'll be honest with you, the leopard stuff is really cool when it comes to clown stuff and everything else. This happens to be a pastel leopard that is het for clown ball python, and we actually produced two of them. Look at how cool these guys look. These are just pastel leopards, so two incomplete dominant animals that have a recessive heterozygous in them. Absolutely wonderful animals. Well, as a matter of fact, I take that back. We actually have a third pastel leopard het clown. This was amazing clutch. I mean, literally, pastel clown, 3 pastel leopard het for clowns, and then we get into the actual cool stuff, which is the pastel leopard clown ball python stuff, and they're all just a little bit different. This one doesn't have a lot of pattern on it, and it's really faded. You know, it's really got that really subtle, like blushed out backdrop on it, but this is a pastel leopard clown. Now, this is a more typical pastel leopard clown you see with a lot of the dotting on its dorsal and stuff like that, and this is an absolute ripper too, with that really cool stripe all the way down the dorsal. I mean, wow, that thing is cool. Then we have one that is kind of a little bit different too, which has that dorsal striping but has more of the blushing in it and doesn't have nearly as many dots in it, right? But those pastel leopard clowns, whoo, dog, man, I'll tell you what, those are some beautiful snakes, and this clutch was an absolute dream, so I had to show it to you the same day that we cut it, because I just knew you guys would want to see what they look like out of the egg. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, do me a favor, go ahead and hit this playlist right over here. 1 or 2 videos would help me a lot. On this side, you can also subscribe to this channel. I appreciate you guys so much. Have an absolutely wonderful day, Reptile Army. Remember, be kind to somebody, and I promise I'll see you in the next one.